All right. Well, this week for Wednesdays with Jojo, we actually have a little bit different. It's also Wednesdays with Josh. These two are friends off camera, and we figured we might as well just combine their two interviews today. So we're gonna ask Jojo some questions, and if Josh feels free to chip in, Josh, you can chip in at any time, and vice
Sounds
versa.
good.
So when we ask Josh some questions, Jojo, I'm sure you'll feel free to chip in as well.
Yeah.
We did this because of Jojo's comments last week or 2 weeks ago about Josh and the basketball team. So if you didn't hear that, I'll play that right now. So yeah, that's what Jojo said. I think it was 1 or 2 weeks ago. But before we get started, I actually have a question for Colin. This is actually something that happened yesterday, and I'm not sure Jojo or Josh if you saw this. I think actually on his Snapchat story, he I got really hyped because I saw it. Because like if you know Colin, like, and we kind of go back and forth on Colin on the podcast a lot, just for like his quality of just like his mic and like his audio and all that stuff. Well, yesterday I go on Snapchat and I look in the Snapchat story section, and what is this? Colin got an iPhone?
Dude, shut up.
Dude.
For real?
I got the 12 Pro Max yesterday. All right.
Dude, how'd you pay for that?
I never said I paid for it.
Oh.
First of all, okay, little context, first of all. My birthday is Saturday, and my dad was like, all right, well, like, you're about to go to college, like, I might as well, like, help you out. So, like, I paid a small portion of it, but, like, he covered the rest. So, yeah.
Define small portion.
3 out of the 1,300, I think, because I got the 256 gigabyte one. I think I paid like 3. So
okay, that's not bad.
That's valid.
That's not bad. That's
yeah. I need to save up because I need to get like my own camera and stuff. So like I really couldn't afford more than that anyway. So yeah.
Gotcha. You've had an Android for so long. I mean, that's like that. Since now that you have an iPhone, dude, like 25%, I'd say, of just like the jokes I make on you just went out the window, dude, because all my jokes are like Android jokes towards you, and now you got the iPhone, bro.
I'm really glad that you said that because that just makes me feel a lot better about myself.
No, dude, I was genuinely hyped for you, bro, when I saw that. I swiped up on your thing, and I was like, dude, is this real? Like, what?
I think a lot of people were like the reactions I were getting were like, are you being dead serious? Like, I think they literally thought like I took a picture of like someone else's like iPhone box that was just like screwing with people. But yeah.
Now, do you have a new phone number? Because like when you said new numbers, I wasn't sure if you were just doing like the cliche
No,
Ayo, new numbers, swipe up.
No, I have the same numbers, but all my contacts didn't transfer over. And it's like it's not that hard to like transfer over manually, but it's just a lot easier for like I was told them. So
all right, so
yeah.
you still have my number then?
I did, yes.
All right. You don't want to lose that.
Oh yeah, man, way too valuable.
Yeah. All right, so we'll kind of slow a roll here and get right back into the interview. So Jojo, any SJA updates?
Yeah, but I first want to clarify. You said Josh and I were good friends off the camera. We have a Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal relationship. It's more of a love and hate thing. It's just constant.
Say that.
Who's Shaq? Who's Shaq?
This
I think you know who's Shaq.
all time. Number 1, Rudy Gobert. Put that on the
Rudy
record.
Gobert? All right.
Why? Who do you think it is? Embiid? Yeah, silence. Thank you.
Jojo.
I think everyone knows. Everyone knows.
Yeah, so SGA, obviously we don't have prom, and that's kind of the big focus. So SGA is not in control of prom. I wish I could have a paid advertisement to the entire student body for them to hear that. SGA, I myself, nobody in SGA is in charge of prom. If you want to get prom details, go talk to class cabinet. Claire Rybin is the president of that organization, and that's on the front burner in terms of what the school itself wants to plan. So senior events are first, but that doesn't mean we aren't necessarily planning anything. We're hoping that, well, we know for a fact that prom won't be in May. It's going to be in June should it happen. So that means SGA has the whole entire month of May open. So we have proposed having Powder Puff in May, having the talent show in May, and also having the volleyball tournament outside in May. So those are all events that could theoretically happen if we are given the green light. But like I said, the main focus that the district / the school wants to focus on is the senior events like prom and graduation. So honestly, SGA is kind of on the back burner of a lot of things right now.
I know you can't really speak for them. Do you think you have a higher chance of getting the green light because we're kind of returning the 5-day in person and stuff kind of seems like progressively getting back to normal?
I mean, I really hope so, right? So a big thing in that was, yeah, we're 5 days, but school clubs can't really meet. So when we first kind of heard that, or school clubs can't meet in person. So when we first heard that, we were a little upset about that. But I think something like prom, our county commissioner, the health department, I'm not sure how to formally say their department's name, but they're actually encouraging that schools in the Montgomery County kind of plan and host events outside. And that includes prom. So there are a lot of steps and proposals you have to go through. Obviously, I'm not a member in kind of facilitating that. So you'd have to talk to Claire for more information. But it's to my understanding that prom is looking like it's going to happen in June. I know that class cabinet is meeting weekly at this point, and also the department advisors or like the activities department, they're meeting weekly to kind of discuss everything with Mr. Nicholson and to the school board. And obviously something like this extends past the school board. So they're talking to officials from Montgomery County health department to kind of make sure everyone is in knowledge of what's going on. So I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, but obviously my name holds no credibility to that statement.
You just know a lot about it.
For some reason.
For some reason, all right, Josh, the advisors for SGA are the same advisors for class cabinet. So instead of calling you a liar, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and just say you just didn't know the truth. So now you know why I know a lot about it. I don't just Google everything for fun.
It's a little sus if you ask me.
Okay, Josh.
What are Jojo or Josh, I guess you too, what are your guys' thoughts on like states like Texas and Mississippi just pulling the plug on masks completely and just reopening?
Josh, you could speak first.
I mean, I'm sure most people would not support that given, we're still in the midst of a pandemic. But I mean, if cases in Texas start to go down and, everyone there seems happy, I mean, I say go for it, whichever they want to do. Raj?
Yeah, I just highly just not agree with Josh on that. I think if people don't wear masks, cases will go up. It's just kind of common sense. But obviously, their state's different from our state, so a lot of things are subject to change. Do I personally agree with lifting the mask mandate? No, but different people have different perspectives on issues, so I won't definitely I'll question it, but I won't be up in arms about it.
Gotcha. What do you think about like the state of stuff of like where we're at in Pennsylvania right now? Like for example, like the Wells Fargo Center now allows 15% fans. So like 3,100. I think I'm going to the Flyers game on Sunday. My dad actually was able to get tickets, but when they originally asked for like, can we have some fans? Because like states like neighboring states like New York and stuff, like they were allowing fans. So the Flyers actually asked Wells Fargo Center if they could have fans, and then Wolf goes, yeah, you can have 500 people in the stadium. Well, then the Flyers are like, well, we can't do that because we need 500 employees. So what do you think like and then he eventually upped it to 15%, which is like 3,100. So what do you think, like, what are your thoughts on the state of how things are in Pennsylvania?
I think Pennsylvania is obviously one of the more cautious states when kind of relifting orders. And I think it kind of, the numbers show that cases going up is obviously inevitable no matter what, just because of how the virus spreads. But the fact that we're slowly kind of lifting orders, and when you compare that to other states that are just automatically like quickly relifting orders and guidelines, there's a clear a negative correlation in terms of cases. So I think those numbers just kind of speak for themselves. But I think it'll be a long time till anything's even close to normal. So I'm not surprised that we're slowly going up rather than exponentially.
Another sign of things going back to normal is the 5-day a week for kids who have gone in. You yourself, I actually saw you for the first time in school today because I'm still hybrid, so I'm Monday, Wednesday. But are you every day?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I saw you for the first, and I actually saw Josh for the first time this week.
Bro, you actually saw Jojo?
Yeah, he came in. He has North Penn soccer hoodie on.
Yeah.
Bro, I miss him a lot of times walking in the hallway, you know?
What are you trying to say?
Nothing, but it's you're hard to see sometimes.
Say it with your chest out, Josh, if you're going to say it.
No, Joe, I actually do have a little political question for you, though.
Go ahead.
I know.
I just want to say, you made a short joke about me. You weren't calling me short when I pinned you in basketball.
Okay. We'll talk about that later. But anyway,
Both know what happened.
I know we talked a little bit about this earlier, but you know, I paid $50 for gas today. What do you make of that?
I honestly, like, before I would get gas when President Trump was president, I like put the nozzle into the car and just kind of sit in my car and let it run out because it'd be like $30 to $35. Now I stand outside and like look at the price of it because the prices are, it's crazy right now. I filled up gas like 2 days ago and it was like $43. Now I'm no expert on why the gas prices rise so much, so I'm not really going to talk about the reasoning or anything behind it. All I'm going to say is, as an average person living in the United States, it's almost ridiculous that it's $50 for gas.
I don't know what you're talking about with how you would go and sit in your car even beforehand, dude. I would just walk in and only give like a 5 or a 10 because like I'm just like that cheap where I like hate filling up and using that much money in the first place. So like regardless, like I'm walking in and only putting like $5 or $10 of gas in my car at a time.
Yeah, no, I think it's just a stress thing for me. I think I feel a lot more stressed when the gas tank is lower than when it's full. So I think I just liked having it full so I could kind of get rid of some stress.
Dude, how much gas is $5 getting you?
Yeah.
What do you drive home and then you have to go back tomorrow? Like...
So it depends if I'm like going places. So like I have a little like meter that like tells me exactly how many miles like my car has left. So like if I put $5 in it, I probably gain like it's a rough estimate of like 35 to 40 miles. So like I'm usually good. It just depends on how much I'm like throttling the gas when I'm actually driving. That'll kind of sway it either towards 35 or towards 40. So I'm usually, if I do that, I only need to fill up, like put $5 more in like every like 2 days or 3 days or something. So.
And you live far from the high school, so like I know Monero always gets on you for not coming in, but like you'd be like, Mr. Monero, like it's $5 every time I have to come in because.
Yeah. I'm basically paying to come into school, man. So yeah, Monero, if you're listening to this, that's kind of the reason right there. Tyler, you know where I live. Like it's like actually like pretty far from the high school. Like driving in it. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop.
I mean, well, dude, I live right by you, so like I went
in.
Yeah,
exactly.
But like I went in today.
Okay. So some people go over challenges. I'm not one of those people, especially when I can solve the problem in my bed every morning. So I'm just gonna stay home for as long as possible. Maybe one day for the sake of it, like on one of those Fridays, or like if we have another like 11 a.m. dismissal, I'll make the drive. But that also requires me to wake up at like 6:15, which is like a whole hour earlier than I normally would. So I don't really see a point. Like that's the reason I took all my SATs and stuff at Hatboro Horsham, because it's a 5-minute drive. So
is Hatboro Horsham is that close? That's a good point.
Yeah.
Why don't you just go to Hatboro Horsham?
Like literally, I have a wood line in my backyard, and like if I lived on the other side, I'd be going to Hatboro Horsham, since they're also a public. If they were a private school, actually, I don't know, maybe because it's swayed because I have to pay to go there. But if I lived on the other side, like, because Hatboro Horsham stretches farther in the other direction than more into like North Wales. Yeah, as soon as you cross over like a street over, you're in Horsham. So yeah, I really should be. It saved me a lot of money. So
Gotcha. All right. Well, just circling back, lastly for JoJo, the 5 days a week. I know you don't really you don't like make the decision whether or not like to go 5 days a week or not. But what have you seen from just like a student standpoint of you going in every day of how the 5 day week's been received? Because I went in today, and there was a lot more kids. Like I had like at least 5+ kids in every one of my classes, which was a big change from just a week ago when it was like 1 or 2, which is terrible because this time last year, if you walked in the class and you're like, oh wow, there's only 5 kids in the class, you'd be like, what the hell's going on? But
Yeah, so I went during my hybrid days. I went in for a good portion, and if you went in during your hybrid days as opposed to coming in when it's 5 days, you see a huge difference. So my economics class, we are one student away from calling an administrator to kind of come in and see what we have to do about the space, because everyone comes in for my economics class. And obviously with Monero's class today, we had, 8 people? And
Yeah,
it's
right,
almost
yeah.
like that's 8 people sounds like a lot now. And in my math class, I had 9 kids, and the entire class has 29. So like, I can't even imagine 29 kids in a classroom anymore. So I think it definitely is. I like the 5 day schedule because kids are actually coming in, and I think the amount of kids coming in will only get higher as the weather gets warmer.
That's how I am personally. I just don't like sitting in my car in the morning when it's just like
Yeah.
freezing. Like I just hate that. Josh, you've been going in 5 days as well? Because I saw you today in business admin.
Yeah, I go 5 days. Although, last week I didn't go 2 days because I didn't get up on time. But I'm trying to go every day.
is it easier for you, Josh? Because like, do you have practice right after school? So like, kind of makes sense anyway.
Oh no, I'm done after 5th period, so I go home at like 11:30.
Josh has
then-
like two classes, dude.
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah,
is,
I go 2 to 5. It's pretty tough.
yeah, he's on the I play D1 schedule.
All right, good. I just don't know if that's a thing, but
That's a thing, Josh.
Joe, you want to talk about whose GPA is higher? I think we could bring it up.
We talked about this. You're an athlete. Your transcript is rigged, and you'll never be able to convince me otherwise.
I think that type of schedule is more for a college thing, Jojo. Just gonna say that.
Rigged.
All right, we'll transition. Any closing thoughts, Jojo, or can we transition over to Josh here?
Let's hear about basketball. I'm interested in what he has to say.
All right, Josh. Well, playoffs start soon. I'm pretty sure you guys found out who you played today. Talk a little bit about that and how the team as a whole is feeling heading into playoffs.
Yeah, so I mean, nothing's finalized until tomorrow morning, but it's looking like we're going to be the 18 seed, and we're going to go play the number 15 seed Strathaven on Saturday. We don't know if that's an afternoon or night game, but the team's looking. We're excited because it's a brand new season. Every team's 0-0, so we're going in there the mindset that we're going to go end someone's season.
So cliche.
All right, Rod. Well,
do you guys know if you guys have to, like, is it automatic that you guys are traveling there, and do you know how far of a drive that is?
What do you pay gas, Colin? What do you got to pay?
No, because like I'm just saying, if it's a home
the bus
game,
is free. Don't worry, the bus is free.
If it's a home game, I want to cover it. So that's all I'm saying.
No, I think as of right now, since we're the higher seed, that we're gonna have to go play an away game. So it's probably gonna be out there. I think it's like 30 minutes away.
You guys entered as a 24 seed or something like that last year, and you guys made a little bit of a run. You think you guys can replicate that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, last year, no one expected anything of us. We were 9-12 heading into the postseason, and then we ended up making it all the way to states and then losing to the number 1 overall seed in the state by only 10. So I mean, I think this year we're a little bit of an underdog again too. I mean, even though we were a little higher on early in the season and we dropped a couple games and therefore our seeding has dropped, but I think teams know about us, but they're definitely not expecting us to really do anything special, which is something that we like because we're gonna go surprise some people.
Speaking of surprising people, if you guys win, who do you play? The 1 seed Cheltenham?
It was looking like that, but I mean, I looked again like 30 minutes ago, and since now we're the 18 seed, I think we'll play. If we win, we play the number 2 seed Conestoga, which I mean, still gonna be a challenge, but it'll be pretty cool if we were able to
Pull that off.
knock off one of the top seeds. Yeah.
You think you guys have enough firepower and to knock off one of those teams in like the top 1 to 4 seeds?
I do. I think we've proved that, we can play with anyone in the district, and, any team, single elimination, any team can go on a Cinderella run here. So, I mean, crazier things have happened. So, I mean, we're all excited going into Saturday.
Josh, obviously everyone saw on their stories your absolute murder of the kid from CB East. Obviously last year, Colby Barrow hit the game-winning shot at East. You had a crazy poster just the other day. What's up with North Penn basketball and really spoiling all the basketball events at East?
I like that gym, not gonna lie. So I mean, good things seem to happen there. But I mean, I think people don't realize that we lost that game, but they didn't really ask about that. They just saw the poster, but we lost by 10. But that's besides the point because it's done and over. But also, people don't realize how much that hurt when I fell because I landed right on my back.
Yeah, it looked like you landed pretty hard.
Yeah, the camera didn't really show that, and I landed, and that hurt so much. But I was like, I got to get up and walk to the free throw line.
Yeah, you played it off pretty well. I could tell you were grimacing a little bit, but Zelt was right there for the high five, so you had to play it off really well. Like when you're on the break, I'm pretty sure in the video you can hear you yelling to Billy to set you up, and he had an insane pass, perfectly placed. When you're on the break and you see someone in front of you, is your first thought always to try and go straight over them?
100%. I feel like last year I didn't really have that mindset. I'm gonna go up and dunk the ball, but over the summer, I think I got my legs stronger and I've been able to jump higher. So I mean, every time I'm gonna have a chance to dunk, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
You sure you would have made that poster if Jojo was the one on defense?
Oh my God, I would have hung on the rim, stared him down. I would have done so much more if it was him under that basket.
I'm happy you brought up that you got the ability to jump higher over the summer because last year, this time, you had a borderline rim grazer package.
Yeah, Joe, I don't know, but I had 4 dunks last year too, so I don't know what you're talking about.
All rim grazers.
2 of them were lobs.
Yeah.
Joe, can you even touch the backboard? Let's be real.
Be real. If I blocked you, Josh, I'm pretty sure I can touch. I've done it before. I've showed you. And yes, the gray part at the bottom, the padding counts.
No, you got to touch glass. You can't touch the padding. It doesn't count.
Yeah, okay.
Josh, can you tell us about this legendary story? How it went down with Jojo blocking you?
So ready?
All right. No.
Jojo, to be fair, we need to hear from Josh.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, so you want to hear about this quote unquote pin he has on me? We were playing a little one-on-one game, Joe. This was 3 summers ago. It was not last year. This was a while ago.
This was 2 weeks ago.
This was 3 summers ago. I think we were going into 9th or 10th grade. Anyway, I go up for a layup. I think I missed. I go to get the rebound. My feet are on the ground. I don't even jump. This dude jumps and knocks the ball out of my hand as I'm going for a rebound, and he acts like he blocked my shot. I got,
you know what, out of here. Because he was going for the putback. So that's technically a shot, is it not? If he's going for the putback, so that is a clean block.
It wasn't a putback, though. I was just trying to grab my own rebound.
Why? Why would you even do that? That's bad basketball IQ.
Grabbing a rebound?
An offensive one? 1v1. Who gets an offensive one? If you put it up for a layup, you were right next to the rim. Just get the ball, catch high, stay high. Put the ball up. Why would you come?
Joe, what do you remember the score of that game? Because I do.
We don't need to talk about it. Just like we don't need to talk about the score against the CB East game.
We don't need to talk about the what?
We don't need to talk about our score. Just like we don't need to talk about the score of the CB East game.
Yeah, all right, Joe. But I mean, this guy, he makes up a lot of basketball stories between us.
Really?
So I don't know how much you're gonna believe.
Really, you're gonna say that? You're gonna say
the amount of times I played pickup with you and this guy is a wannabe CP3 out there thinking he's throwing dimes. Dude averages more turnovers than he does points and assists.
Are you kidding me? I threw you a perfect lob. We could have had the D Wade LeBron photo recaptured. You just refuse to believe I'm the second coming of Chris Paul. And also mention the 3-point contest, Josh. It's funny how you don't even talk about it.
All right, ready? So I think it was like 9th grade in the summer. We took 5 shots, around the 3-point line. I think he hit 3 and I hit 2. And he claims he won a 3-point contest over me, but we ran that back like 20 times, and he won once.
I won. No.
Joe, let's be real.
No.
Joe.
Okay. I won 3 in a row, and you know it.
Yeah. All right.
Josh, everyone knows you as a basketball and soccer player. You thinking about going for the 3-sport, maybe picking up baseball this spring? Maybe Monero would like you as an addition to the team.
Oh yeah, me and him were actually talking about this. I don't know if he was hearing, but
here we go.
Me and Evan were talking about this earlier because back in the little league days, I think we can all say I was the better little leaguer than Evan, and he just doesn't like to admit it. So I mean, we can get him on the pod, and we can go back and forth about who's the better little league player, but I think I got him beat there. But then I obviously gave up baseball after I was 12 to focus on soccer, but. Who knows? Maybe some tennis this spring. We'll see.
Real quick, I want to make this an open discussion for a second because this happened the other day in the gym. Like everyone was debating it. What do you guys think the hardest thing to do in sports is? Like I said hitting a professional baseball, like coming at you at 95 miles an hour is probably like the hardest thing to do consistently. I don't know if you guys have like a different take on that.
Joe, what would you say?
I'd say dunking the basketball for my personal reasons. I think
not that hard.
All right, rim grazer, calm down. I think if given the training and everything, I'm not saying I can hit a professional baseball. I'm not a fool, but I think I can hit a varsity level, high school level baseball if like given enough training and experience in it. But no matter how much experience you give me in jumping, I'm not going to be able to dunk the ball. So I think that kind of carries some weight.
I disagree with that, Joe. I'll tell you.
5'3".
Yeah, wasn't Muggsy Bogues won a dunk contest at 5'3", dude.
He's also an athletic freak. I'm just
because he trained. So if you trained enough, in theory, you could get a high enough vertical to dunk. But he likes to claim. It's not going to teach you to hit a baseball in 0.025 seconds or whatever.
You could also say like every human being on the planet can be as fast as Usain Bolt. There are just some things that certain human beings are like genetically good at. So Usain Bolt was genetically good at running. Muggsy Bogues was just genetically good at jumping. He had freakish athleticism. There's some certain things you just can't teach no matter how much you practice.
But Rod, at the same time, you can't make excuses that you're not good at something because you didn't work at it. Like you claim that if you were 4 or 5 inches taller, you'd be in the NBA. I highly doubt that.
Make me a centimeter tall, I'd be in the NBA.
All right, Rod.
Colin, who was the guy who said it was the reporter? He said he could hit a home run and like him just himself, not like if
was it Elliot?
On Elliott Shore Park.
I forget, but it was someone. I think Martinez was the one who brought it up on the premiere episode of Casey's pod. He said he could hit a home run in a baseball game, score a goal in a hockey game. Or no, he said he couldn't score a goal in a hockey game because of like the ice skating element of it. So that's how it came up. But he was like, He said he could score a touchdown in an NFL game. Yeah. And this guy's just like a reporter. Like he's not even putting like Jojo's what if on it. Where like, what if I train? Like he thinks he could just get up out of his couch, go shoot up for like the Sixers and score a bucket. Like that's, I don't know.
Jojo thinks he could do that in one of our basketball games too. So
what are you talking about?
All right, if we give him 5 shots of someone actually guarding him the whole game, do you think he scores?
No,
Josh.
No.
Josh. See,
all high school varsity sports, even though it's high school, sure, but it's a lot harder than people think. Every single sport, like I don't care what you say, it's 10 times harder than people think.
I also think 5 is a very minimal number. I don't think if you give me 5 shots of fourth quarter defense, I don't even think I'm making one. Well, give me 30.
Quarter defense. What do you
30?
think
Do you
this
think
is?
you're Kobe out here or something?
Give me
You
30.
think you're Kobe, bro?
Give me 30. I think I'm Kobe. Josh Jones is in the Zoom with us.
Joe, I remember in the
Wait, hold
ninth
on.
grade.
Okay.
Hold on. Yo, in the ninth grade student versus staff faculty game, Joe's our manager. He was the boy. We gave him a jersey. We let him check in the fourth quarter. Gave him 4 wide open threes.
Wide
He
open.
hit the rim once.
Are you kidding me? Dr.
Rest were
Cole
just brick.
flagrant. Our assistant principal guarded me like it was the game of his life. And he fouled me, he tackled me, he did everything in the book, in the dirty playbook. Also, they gave me a jersey. They also gave me the tallest guy's jersey. So I was wearing like a formal dress. It was bad. It was a bad moment. I did brick.
You compared Josh to Kobe. Josh, actually, I meant to ask you this like a month ago because what happened to I heard that it ripped. Why did you switch from 23 to 24 for basketball?
All right, so I think it was the Ben Salem game, and I had it was like a second quarter. I think I had 2 points and I had 3 turnovers. I wasn't playing that well, and then I got some dude from Ben Salem. I got blood all over my jersey, so the refs made me change into a new one. And, 24 was the first one there, and I wore that. And I think I had 28 after that, so I finished with 30 points. And then the next game, I think it was the 1-year anniversary of Kobe's death. And my coach, it was like, you got to wear it. So I was like, all right, bet. And then that was a game when we ended up beating CB East in overtime, and I had a pretty good game. So I was like, might roll with it. And, I think I've been playing better with it. So I think I'm going to stick with 24 the rest of the year. But it didn't rip. 23 didn't rip. I just felt like wearing 24.
Was it so some because Jojo actually had some stuff to say about you say you wear it to honor Kobe?
I did originally, and then after that it just kind of stuck with me. I know Jojo thinks that I'm only wearing it, for Kobe, even though I'm a LeBron fan, but it's not the only reason, Joe.
Well, I actually have a different NBA player comparison for you. And
okay, let's hear it.
Because of your, Josh, I hate to be so blunt with you, but you're a little bit of a hothead on the court. You fouled out two on two occasions. You fouled out, and I'm gonna give you the comparison of Grayson Allen. You're Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen.
Yes, he's a hothead. You're a hothead. 2 hotheads.
Duke.
And Duke.
Hey, man.
Did we forget? Josh is a Duke fanatic.
Hey, man, I'll gladly trade places with Grayson Allen. He's a national champ, and he's in the NBA right now. So, I'll take it.
Doesn't Louisville play Duke?
Yeah, they played I think last Saturday. They won in overtime, or they won like a close game. I watched that.
That's gonna be a big game for you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, might walk on basketball team Louisville next year. We'll see what's going on.
You know who played basketball for Louisville?
I'm aware of Donovan Mitchell, Joe. Your little fanboy.
What's the score right now? Are they winning? Sixers, as the time of recording, Sixers are playing the Jazz.
It's 114 to 113 Jazz with 1:30 left.
Gee, okay, so it's
Can we?
So,
They blew the lead. The Jazz.
Hold up. Can we talk about how he became a Jazz fan? Because I think everyone would like to hear this story.
Okay.
Go ahead. We
Can
got
I tell it?
we got all the time
Yeah,
in the world.
Josh, go ahead. You can say it.
All right. So, growing up, this kid didn't really pay much attention to basketball. And then in middle school, he finally started to. Becomes a Sixers fan, 9th grade, goes to a couple Sixers games, wears a Joel Embiid shirt to school multiple times. Next year, sophomore year, sees this guy Donovan Mitchell going off. He's like, hey, I might as well go become a Jazz fan now. Gets his jersey, gets his shoes, starts bashing the Sixers, bashing everything about them, starts calling me and other Sixers fans and our team a meme. And then, he proceeds to just send me everything that Jazz Nation on Instagram posts, acting like I'll care. And I don't respond, and he gets so heated for it. And I'm like, why are you sending me this?
I think
Now
I sent him like 20 posts from the Jazz.
God,
And not,
just
all I saw was seen. On Instagram.
so and now he claims he's just the biggest Jazz fan ever, and he hates the
No,
Sixers,
no,
which
we had a
doesn't
discussion.
make any sense.
We had a discussion about this. I think the threshold of to be able to call yourself a fan of a certain fan base is to one start off when they're not that great, which is what I did sophomore year. They weren't that great, Josh. They weren't that great. And also, you have to like the team for a total of 5 to 7 years. If you like a team for 5 to 7 years, I think you can say you're a fan of them no matter where you live geographically. And I think that's a perfectly fair statement, Josh. And
So what are you now then? Because you've been a quote unquote fan for about a year or two. What would you classify yourself now?
well, I'm still on phase 1. There are different
He's in
phases.
the transitional period. He's in the transitional period.
I'm on phase 1 of becoming a Jazz fan, and I have the shirts. I have the one jersey. I have
You
Donnie's.
have the shoes.
I have Donnie's shoes. I'm basically I bleed Jazz. 5 foot.
I'm surprised you don't have a poster by now.
I looked online. Actually, my PS4 background is the Utah Jazz symbol.
Did you just say you bleed Jazz?
That's what I heard.
You only have a PS4, Joe? You're not gonna get the PS5?
I mean, I'd like to have it, but I don't know if I want to spend $500 for such a minimal upgrade.
Well, you only get the digital edition. That one's only
Hold on.
That one's only like $430.
Yeah, who knows?
So you can't spend $500 on a new PlayStation, yet you'll spend $180 on a pen.
You bought a $180 pen.
You bought a $180 pen and then a $99 pen.
Let me tell you about this pen. Don't say I bought. It was a gift, a birthday gift, and the other one was a Christmas gift. This pen right here, this is called a fountain pen. And basically, it's the one that Frank Underwood used in House of Cards.
Okay, wait. Basically, like a replica, or it is the one that he used?
I mean,
it's a replica.
But like, it's the same brand.
All right, yeah, like I'm gonna buy like this 5K like signed LeBron James jersey, but like my dad's the one that did LeBron James' signature. Like, why would you pay that much for it?
That's not the same thing.
That's a lot of money for a pen.
If
I were you, if I got a gift as simple as a pen and I knew it was $180, I'm asking for the receipt just to prove, like, you got to play it off. Be like, can I have the receipt? And I'm returning that immediately and getting my $180.
No, he didn't get the pen as the gift. He was able to buy whatever he wanted, and he bought the pen. Don't twist it, Jojo. Don't twist it.
That's just wrong. This is wrong. I asked.
You got the money. You bought the pen.
I can send you my Amazon wish list, Josh. It has the pen.
Wait, you have two pens. Showed us the first one. What's the second one?
The second one is just a normal rollerball pen, but it's made out of metal.
So that ups the price.
Yeah.
I do realize I sound ridiculous saying it now, but if you just used it, you would know. If you just used it.
Do you take all your notes with that pen? And like, you do like the little like doodles and the little squigglies at the top to like make it all fancy.
No. I only do signatures with these pens. I don't want to waste the ink.
Okay, so how often do you use this pen?
Whenever I have to sign something. So once every 3 weeks. Josh is
Okay, so you paid $180 for a pen that you practically use once a month, but you can't drop like $400 for a PS5.
This is an antique. I don't think people realize. These pens are going places.
Yeah, they're going in the trash can, dude.
Never.
You can't make this sound cool, like no matter how hard you try.
I feel like that's a good point.
All right, that's enough pen talk for this episode. Let's circle it back just a little bit. Josh, I think where we left off, we were talking about your poster on CBEs. That was a while ago, but that's what we were talking about. Colin and I had this discussion last year. You were a part of the one last year. What would you say? Your poster was better or Rob's poster last year?
I mean, obviously I'm a little biased because I'm gonna say mine, but I think I listen to what Colin say. Definitely the crowd from last year at home, and when Rob did that, like that was unmatched. I feel like if there was a crowd at CB East like we had last year, and I did that right by them, I mean, it would have been a little different. Or if I did that at home, but I mean, just the reaction and Eric Jesberger's call from last year during Rob's dunk, that was unreal. So
Did
you're a
Rob?
little unlucky you didn't have Avery on the call for yours.
oh, dude, if I had my boy Avery on the call, dude, oh man, that would have been on SportsCenter.
I can just hear him. Oh, what a play by Josh Jones! No, Josh Jones gets it to go.
All right,
Dude,
just a reminder: make sure Jojo never takes up a career in broadcasting.
Why?
Yeah, no, that was terrible.
What do you mean?
That was the worst call ever.
I genuinely asked if I could commentate the basketball games, and they said no.
Yo, Josh, do you have the game on right now?
Oh, right.
I don't. I think JoJo does though.
Apparently, Joel just had his MVP moment and won the game or something like that. So,
Oh no, it's going into overtime. 118. He just made a 27-footer.
Oh, to send it to overtime, he clutched.
I think so, yeah.
Listen, man, JoJo's got to be the MVP.
Of what?
I think he is.
The league, I think, is as well.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this JoJo. I was like,
No.
Are you for real? I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, JoJo's been playing down in the 7-year-old rec basketball league. Really eating up out there.
Did you guys ever hear about his stats from TYA a couple years ago?
Wait, Jojo, you played TYA?
He played.
I could read.
I don't know if he played. He was out there. I don't know if he generated anything, but he was there.
Game 1, 0 for 6. Game 2, 0 for 2. Game 3, 1 for 3. Game 4, 0 for 2. Game 5 and 6, I peaked. 3 for 5 and 4 and 9. Then I choked game 7, 0 for 8. I don't know why I kept shooting the ball. I did. But overall, I shot on the year, I shot 16 for 58. Shooting percentage, 27%. Points per game, 2.2. Playoff stats, I went crazy. Game 1, 0 for 2, 1 point. 1 point. Game 2, 0 for 5. And that's my season. So I played.
You just had that on a notes page ready to go?
Yeah. I have one note on my phone, and that's it. So it's really easy to find.
Just in case he ever needs to mark himself.
All right, we'll kind of just wrap this up a little bit. Josh, you have any closing thoughts?
I mean, we're gonna go out and get a big dub this Saturday. I know Joe will be tuned in, so I'll show out for him.
Good luck.
I thought this. I don't know about you guys, but I thought this way of doing the interview was a lot better. How do you guys feel about it?
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, last time he was talking all this raw, and I wasn't able to clap back. So I mean, it's kind of good that I can see him right now and tell you guys what really happened and the truth.
Shiver me timbers.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on.
All right, thanks for having us.